Well,
There, I got him.
They got it wrong. A sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later. He moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day. And the tragic death of his two brothers.
Alright, that chapter's over.
hey.
My own brothers died tragically as
Thanks, I'm
well,
moving on.
truth be told. It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch.
I like this game. I'm just gonna say that every time a cutscene ends.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their
Yeah,
hideout
why
in the
not?
Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right.
Alright, these are the quick shooters. I don't like them. Because they're not very powerful.
It's not game balance and all that.
Yeah, I like the 6 shooters better. What's my... good rifle. That'll be good. We'll get a run, because I sat there while they were talking instead of moving.
Oh well.
They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop. Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above, so I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Oh, there's a sawed-off rifle. Let's have some fun with the sawed-off rifle.
The carbine.
Yeah, the carbine.
Markle.
Carbine, whatever.
Carbine. Carbine. Yeah, whatever.
Still ringing from blowing up that bridge.
Pronunciation. How does it work?
What'd you say? I can't hear a god.
Well, I made my way off unscathed.
Or the
and
Mark
came
I.
upon a few members
So-
of the
so if
gang
you're
and
right,
had no
but sure,
choice
it'll be
but to
fine.
dispatch them.
Yeah. It's a little,
From
it's
there,
less
I had to
accurate, of
negotiate
course.
an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Hey, horse.
Hey, horse. Yes.
They should have made the train out of horses.
Yes, that would have worked a lot better. The horse train. See? They never break down. And if they
I
do,
jumped
then
from
they
the
use
frying
all the rest
pan
of the
into
train
the
together.
fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
Let's go back to the rifle, because that's getting...
Silly.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
Oh, that's probably not pleasant. I wasn't aiming to do that. That just kind of happened.
It happens from time to time.
Oh, technically this shotgun is probably good here. Yeah, alright.
Technically, this shotgun is functional.
Especially in tight spaces like this.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I go over here.
At times, it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Oh. Okay, I know what I have to do there. Okay.
Or just, you are dead. Yes,
Yep.
thank you.
Hey guys, you gonna come out? You gonna jump out at me? Okay. Sure.
Nope.
Man, all these explosives wasted. Alright. Oh, there's a ladder here.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
You mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Dwight's voice actor sounds familiar. I don't know who it is. Maybe just because I've played this game a bunch of times, so...
Yeah, he sounds like Dwight from
Yeah.
Gunslinger.
Yeah.
Grand Posse versus the Wild Bunch.
From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the Wild Bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Who the hell is that? You can't.
Wait, suddenly I have a shotgun again.
Retreat! He's killing everybody.
Well then.
I thought I had like a rifle when I started a second ago, but What am I using here? Alright.
Well,
I couldn't really see
guy.
that guy. I don't know why it was so dark. Maybe I'm used to playing on full screen.
so he has done
What?
he has done a lot of stuff. The guy who did Whites in that game. So you might have heard him somewhere else.
Yeah, okay. What's his name?
It's Sam Regal. Or
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Now you probably know a spoiler about this game, so yeah. Although it doesn't really mean
My guess
anything.
is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they?
well,
Oh, hello.
Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's
yeah.
trail.
I mean, he has done additional voices, but things he also did. Oh, Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game. Fantastic. A lot of additional voices though.
Excuse me, money. I need to see.
Excuse me, buddy.
There's some guys.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nose Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that. On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America. They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Don't read that. Don't read that loading screen. Because New Game Plus loading
I tried to
screens.
find Bob Bryant, but it was
Okay,
as if
well.
he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole
Game
shebang.
Plus loading screens.
So I
Well,
took to their
interesting.
trail. Because I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
Although I think if people were watching, they know. It's kind of obvious.
They know.
They know.
That kid Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado.
Who's shooting at you?
Oh, that's not explosive barrel. Oh well.
Well, I guess you...
Surprise! Surprise, not an exploding barrel.
Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down.
Let's do this.
Oh, those are explosive barrels over there, though.
Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry.
Those are
I could
explosive
sense them
barrels.
close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
Oh, right, there's a star right there.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific. The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports.
Oh yeah, some parts of this are a nightmare. Prevent gang from blowing up
Kid
the
Curry was
overpass.
considered the wildest of the wild bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5. Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was going to rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in
Oh,
Denver.
yes.
And that whore,
Platforming.
Fat Sally, she told me.
Nothing better in first person.
No, it's not quite. The platforming's fine. It's what is gonna happen.
The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting
What's
those
gonna happen?
bastards.
Oh, that sounds good. Oh. Dynamite, you say?
A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Don't you blow us up now. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
All that dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're over here.
What the hell?
But the Wild Bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks. Guess there's always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
Crazier than a cat in a room full of rocket chairs.
So, what happened then?
Had to
Oh,
remove
that
more
is
of
settled
that
the
damn
people around
dynamite.
Yep. Oh,
Forever.
oh, hello.
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
Oh, there's a rope somewhere. Oh, that rope. down there? Alright, this way. I think right about here we come to the... This looks like, yeah. Oh no.
That sounds good.
No, not that, although that killed me. Partially because you just take damage there.
All those red people just standing around.
Yeah.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually there was a fourth charge impeding my progress. Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
I'm gonna cut you in.
So I proceeded onward and realized that that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
Alright. There we go. Or not? Okay. I'm still waiting for it.
Maybe to patch it out.
No, they didn't patch it out.
No, I know. I'm just.
That would be great, but no. Am I going down this way? I see that over there. What am I using? Okay, yeah, I am using the golden rifle. Alright. I remember that jump likes to kill me, but that's not the part I'm talking about.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me.
Oh, this will be interesting.
It was a long burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
Here we go.
Oh,
Come on.
The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks. My heart was pounding like a
off
sledgehammer.
that fuse.
I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment. Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today.
Well, at least I used a long fuse.
Yeah. Ugh.
Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge.
It's a little more hectic in hard mode.
Well, it was a touchingly...
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I haven't even tried True West difficulty.
But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass as I was not a young man anymore.
True West difficulty. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Like European Extreme.
Yeah. European Extreme, yeah, that's also a thing.
Oh,
Kill that SOB! Make him bleed! Send him to perdition!
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely,
I'm glad I could kill
they found me.
all those men that I had I could not see. Alright. Oh, hello. Oh, there they are.
Somewhere in the smoke.
Yep, somewhere.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
This isn't so much a boss fight as kind of this fight is kind of lame.
Not so much boss fight as a lane fight.
Yeah. It's a lot of waiting.
And that's always good. Just standing around waiting.
Dude, Kid Curry, are you there? Alright.
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
Okay, it's time for dynamite.
Hey, dynamite.
It's...
Enough! It's not fair! God damn it, I need some help here! Come on, boys! Take this bitch out! Get out here!
Am I out of dino? Nope.
Are you kidding me? These fat bastards! Give me a hand!
Eventually, I brought that tunnel down. And that's when I met Kid Curry himself.
Also,
He had
that
decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally.
fight tends to actually go longer. I don't know. I guess because I have the split dynamite upgrade.
What does that do, anyway?
It splits your dynamite. I don't know. I don't know how that helps, but maybe each of those has the same strength as a single one.
Right.
Because video games.
Yes, video games.
As fast as he was,
Expected.
I was just a bit faster. And as he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. "Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him." Those were his last words.